What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and enjoy some popular Canadian TikToks. I'll admit it, I find Canadian TikToks to be a bit of a guilty pleasure for myself, and so we're back once again to take a look at some short, random internet videos that are not only entertaining, but oddly, they show me a side of Canada that you just can't find anywhere else, really. So, with that being said, let's take a look. Starting with, come to Canada, they said. Okay.
Come to Canada, they said. It will be fun, they said. Does this look like I'm having fun? Well, you're goddamn right I'm having fun. Canada's a beautiful country, but don't let anyone tell you different.
This is the most passive-aggressive Canadian TikTok I've ever seen.
Does this look like I'm having fun?
Oh my god.
Well, you're goddamn right I'm having fun. Canada's a beautiful country, but don't let anyone tell you different.
Yes, come to Canada, they said. You won't be able to get in your car, they said. This is very true. Okay, next we have Canada's Hidden Gem, Ontario. What is this? Is this Ontario? Wait, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you... This looks like Venice, Italy. This is Canada? This is Ontario? This isn't Venice? This is beautiful. Not to say that Canada isn't beautiful, but I just don't visualize something like this when I think of Canada. This really is a hidden gem. Where is this? Ontario, where are you hiding this? Like slice of paradise. There's a whole town built into the mountain. Oh my god. Okay, that's amazing. I did not know that existed in Canada. That's awesome. What the heck? What is this? Asking questions, I believe?
What do you think are some of the biggest American stereotypes?
Oh.
That they're stupid, that they're fat fucks, that their food is disgusting.
Of course, don't believe.
Hold on. Who hurt this man? Who hurt him? Oh my gosh, what did the Americans do to him? He just went off. He just asked for some American stereotypes, and this guy just goes off. He was ready for this question. He was born for this.
Stereotypes.
That they're stupid, that they're fat fucks, that their food is disgusting.
Of course, don't
Hey!
believe all these stereotypes, do you?
Depends on the regions, it could be true.
I love how he doesn't back down. He he just keeps doubling down on it, actually. The interviewer gives him a way out. He's like, well, this is just stereotypes. This is just in general, right? And he's just like, no, I think it's pretty much true for Americans. Yeah, it's pretty true. I oddly respect it.
What do you think are the most common American stereotypes?
For me, they're boring.
Is this interview
Boring?
Yeah, well, it's kind of the McDonald's kind.
Boring? Call us stupid and ugly? Call our food bad? Which I don't think is necessarily true. Our food is bad for you. Maybe that's what he's talking about. And it's very artificial. but maybe this is the American in me getting exposed that I think our American food tastes good. You know, barbecue, pulled pork, that's, you know, hot dogs, I don't know. What's other American stuff? Chocolate cake? Little Debbie cakes would be more American even. But, all right, they might be bad for you, but they taste good, sadly. At least when you have an Americanized palate like I do. Okay. But this guy, all that's fine, but he says we're boring. Call Americans anything, but boring, I take some offense to that.
Fine, you know, but no offense.
Hey!
What do you think are the biggest American stereotypes? Let's say fast food is one of the biggest.
Yeah.
Think big, think higher than what you can think. Okay. The ego is like high.
Okay, that's okay. These I've heard before and I think are probably true, like Americans and fast food. I mean, there's literally a McDonald's every mile, every 5 miles for sure. That's no exaggeration. There's literally McDonald's everywhere. There's fast food everywhere. And there's always a line at a fast food place. They're never empty. That's for sure. That's not even a stereotype, really. And he said, we think above our mind, which almost sounds like like an existential experience, but I think he's saying we think we're smarter than we are. we're a little overconfident, which is probably true.
So fast food and arrogance.
Yeah. Sad.
What else do we have here? Halloween in Canada. Oh, this is kind of relevant. This was pretty recent. Halloween in Canada.
Trick or treat.
Aren't you a little too old to be trick-or-treating?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but grocery prices are too high.
I guess.
This is literally Canadians right now trying to survive the unfair grocery prices. Out adults out trick-or-treating at Halloween to survive. It's a matter of survival, those grocery prices. Oh, she actually gave him some.
Do you
That's
have
nice.
any, like, leftovers?
Leftovers.
No.
I could, like, check your fridge.
Oh.
This'll do.
Oh. Okay. Just like, what? Hey, why did he? What? He stole their canister of protein powder or something and then kicked their pumpkin. That was a very rude Canadian, but I think he's just starving due to the grocery prices, and you know that'll make anyone hangry. I might kick a pumpkin if I'm hangry. That was a good one. Next we have the craziest natural phenomenon. What is this? Snow? Blobs? Is this?
I've just come across this snow, and it looks fuzzy. I can't even describe to you
Oh,
how
it
fuzzy
does.
this snow looks. It's like these beautiful.
It does look fuzzy. How cold is it in Canada? What kind of weird cold? That's the way I can describe it. Canada has a weird cold. I don't know what part of Canada this is or why this phenomenon occurs. I don't think this is common in Canada, but I didn't even know snow could do this. It's like sticking out. It's fuzzy. It's literally fuzzy.
Big flakes. I'm gonna touch it.
How? Oh, that's very
It kind of
satisfying.
is.
Oh, that's very satisfying. Oh, I kind of want to take a bite out of it. Is that weird? Kind of makes you want to take a big bite out of this. It looks good.
That is so pretty.
How does this happen? Whoa, where is she? What the heck? Canada is an amazing place, and it's got some weird snow. That's all I can say. Moving on, we got zip lining at Niagara Falls. You can zip line. I thought there was a tram that goes across, and you can take the ferry, but you can zip line. Oh yeah. Oh my god. That is scary. Where does it take you? Wait, where does it take you? Wait. What? They were just never heard from again. Where does the zip line go? This into the falls? Then you just become part of Niagara Falls. It's a one-way trip. What the? That's cool though, ziplining at Niagara Falls. I wish they had shown the whole thing. It just looked like they were. Maybe you just zipline into the falls. Who knows? That's fun. What's this? Canadian things that Americans think are weird. Okay, perfect. I'm American. I think stuff is weird. Okay.
Canadian things Americans think are weird, School Edition, Part 3. In Canada, we don't have any sororities or fraternities at all.
Really?
We do have prom on your very last.
No sororities or fraternities. That's so random. I never took part personally in the whole sorority, fraternity, college thing, but that is a huge thing, huge deal in American university and college. Sororities and fraternities, where you kind of pay money to have friends and community and live in a house and do crazy stuff. And some people consider it like the authentic college experience, being in a frat or sorority. And that just does not exist in Canada. I did not know that. I did not know that was an American thing. Huh.
We do have prom on your very last year of high school, but we don't have any junior proms or homecomings or anything like that. We just.
Oh my God. This is very school. These are aspects of Canadian school that I never knew about, and they're very, very different to American school. Most American high schoolers, teenagers, would consider these some of the most important parts of their school year. I don't think I was personally one of these people, but American high schoolers take junior prom, homecoming, senior prom extraordinarily serious, maybe too serious. And that just isn't a thing in Canada. I kind of like that. I mean, there's pros and cons. Maybe this makes the senior prom, the one prom, more special in a way.
Of regular old dances. We also don't have a prom king or a queen at all.
Oh, that's literally like the plot of a bunch of American 90s movies is trying to become the prom king or prom queen. Were Canadians just like, what are they talking about? What is this prom queen thing? What is that? That is such a part of American, I don't know, just culture. I don't really even think about. Certainly never thought that was an American thing either. But I feel like there's probably, as an American, there's so many American things I don't know are American things. It's a paradox. Well, now I know about this. What else? SATs?
We don't have to take the SATs or any other kind of standardized test at the end.
Really?
Very, very rarely do athletes get a full ride scholarship for sports. Usually,
There's no SAT. That's like a whole part of what college, what university you're going to be accepted into. They're going to look at your SAT, a standardized test you take at the end of high school. So in Canada, what do they determine? With just your grade point average? Or maybe there's a different test? I don't know. And now they're talking about scholarships, sports scholarships.
get a full ride scholarship.
What were we saying here?
Very rarely do athletes get a full ride scholarship for sports. Usually they'll pay a little bit, but the athlete has to pay most of it.
Oh, Canada doesn't have as many athlete full ride scholarships. That is a huge part of American sports and athletics. This idea that maybe you're going to be able to pay for your university with a full ride scholarship pays for the entire thing. A lot of athletes in the United States try to get that and depend on it in a lot of cases. I don't know. This almost seems like a product of American university and college being so expensive. If that wasn't true, maybe we wouldn't have to rely on these scholarships. Maybe because Canadian university is more affordable, there's not as much of a need for this, perhaps.
Our grading is different. In the US, a fail is a 60 and under, and in Canada, it's a 50 and under.
50 and under is a fail. Well, yeah, man, if I could have just had a 50 and still passed, or 51 and passed, that would have been, I could have studied for 15 less minutes a day. Maybe, even though our grading systems are different, relative, maybe it's probably about the same difficulty, I would imagine.
In Ontario, we have an optional 5th year in high school. It's called a victory lap, and it's actually pretty common. I did it along with all my siblings and probably 1/3 of my graduating class, and we loved it.
What? Wait, what? An optional 5th year in high school that you do voluntarily? What? That sounds like a nightmare. Wait, what is this?
Optional 5th year in high school. It's called a victory lap. And
a victory lap. Why would you want to stay at high school for a whole other year? So there's 18, 19-year-olds in some Canadian high schools doing an extra year.
It's actually pretty common. I did it along with all my siblings and probably 1/3 of my graduating class. And we.
This is common? A third of the class? Wow, that's a lot more than I would think would voluntarily opt into this. It's not because of failing. People do it to raise their grades and to save money for university. Okay, that makes sense. It's quite a big investment, I guess, is the first thing that pops into my mind. A whole other year of your life in high school. Americans my gut reaction is oh my gosh, a whole another year before my life can kind of start after high school. But in Canada, I guess the idea of doing this is something you've thought about as you've gone through high school. It's something that's normal. So it's kind of thought of differently than what I think of it. Okay. And fascinating stuff. These are some pretty massive differences. Oh my God, that I never knew about. These TikToks are really, these are good ones. These are good. This is teaching me stuff. What is this? Canadians. Here we go. I'm sure this will teach me something.
Luca. Bueno.
Poutine.
Bueno.
Yay! Boo!
Bueno.
Yay! Yeah, That taught me something. I don't know. Oh, Canadians love poutine and Tim Hortons and hockey. No, very true. Oh, okay. What do we have here? Americans.
I've had enough. I'm moving to Canada. Don't. What? Why? Because you're the problem. What'd you say? I said you're more than welcome.
So true. Oh my gosh, I feel like this is so true. And something that Americans never think about. Selfish as we are, a lot of Americans, when we're fed up with America, we're like, I'm going to Canada. And we never even think about, do Canadians want that? What do Canadians think about that? And this is the perfect way of putting it. He's just like, no, stop.
I've had enough. I'm moving to Canada. Don't. What? Why? Because you're the problem. What'd you?
Oh, that's hilarious and probably true. Go, us Americans, we don't really think about the other side all that much. Got a bunch of Canadians just yelling like, no, please stop. And we're just like, oh, thank you. What a warm welcome to Canada. I knew you wanted us here. Thank you. What is this? Come to Canada, they said. Another one of these.
Come to Canada, they said. It will be fun, they said. Does this look like I'm having fun? Well, you're goddamn right I'm having.
Whoa, hey. A personal snow machine. A personal snowblower. How expensive is this? Do Canadians... I understand owning a shovel, but this is high tech.
Does this look like I'm having fun?
Wow.
Well, you're goddamn right I'm having.
Wow. This is like a snowblower that you own, like a lawnmower. Do a lot of Canadians invest in this? I have so rarely ever seen this. I don't know if I've ever seen someone actually own one personally. Wow. I mean, it makes sense. That snow is like over a foot high. Oh my God. All right. What else do we have? Oh, deadliest animals in Canada by province. Okay.
What to look out for based on where you live. If you live in Ontario, you've probably seen a wolf at least once.
What?
Stay away from it. One of its
A wolf? Really? If you live in Ontario, you've probably seen a wolf? Is that true? I guess I knew wolves existed in Canada. Kind of like there are bears somewhere in America. But the idea that in Ontario, which is quite, very close to the United States, you've probably seen a literal wolf walking around. Is that true?
Stay away from it. One of its is probably what you expected. Yeah.
Polar bears.
In PEI, there aren't many wild animal attacks, so this one is gonna make you sad. That's right, dogs rack up the highest numbers in PEI.
Whoa, oh, that is sad. Yeah, but I think it's because Prince Edward Island probably just doesn't have animals that are responsible for attacks or deaths, and the only animal, it's probably a small amount of deaths due to dogs, and therefore, that's technically the most of any animal. And that is sad, that dogs, some breeds, sometimes kind of snap and do unfortunate things like that. It's very sad, honestly.
BC might be great at a lot of things, but it's also where you're most likely to be killed by a wild animal, and especially cougars.
Cougars?
In Newfoundland.
Cougars? I know British Columbia as being this beautiful, natural part of Canada with all this beautiful nature. It's also where you're most likely to be killed by a cougar. I did not know that. I guess there's trade-offs. There's trade-offs with everywhere you live. Some places it's cold. Some places have high cost of living. Some places you might get eaten by a cougar. It's a trade-off.
In Newfoundland, there aren't many wild animal attacks, but you're most likely to be killed by hitting a moose with your car.
Really? This is what I honestly might have expected for the most part. Like accidental, like striking a moose. That's a very Canadian way to die. It's a very sad thing to say, but that is the most Canadian way to die, to drive into a giant moose. Okay, only in Canada. Okay, what only is in Canada?
This is why you
Oh my God.
scrape the snow off your car before you start driving.
What are you doing?
Oh, goodness.
he's got a little stick. Why? How? Why is everyone else... I have so many questions. Why is everyone else on the road completely dry, no snow or ice? Then just this guy has just giant blocks of ice, not even smooth, just blocks of ice, stuck to the front of his car. Why would you not just pry them off beforehand, and now you got a stick trying to poke them.
We're on the highway, and they're
What?
doing it from their window right
That's
now.
very dangerous, but it's just confusing. That's just confusing. What? How? Why? Why? they they were like peeking over the glacier on their windshield and were like, I can see enough, and we gotta go. We're gonna be late. And that's how you end up on the freeway, poking blocks of ice off your car with a stick. Next we have sorry. Okay.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, this is American versus Canadian pronunciation. Okay, this'll be good. That's the classic they start with. The sorry versus sorry. I think I'm doing it right. Sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Somehow I can never nail the O sound. Like it's more of an O, like just a hair. Sorry. Sorry. I don't know. I'm trying.
Tour.
Tour. I would say tour, even actually a bit differently than this American. Not a tour, but a tour.
Super Mario. Super Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Route. Route.
Route. Some people would say route.
Pasta. Pasta.
Pasta. That just, I don't know why, that sounds kind of British to me. Kind of fancy. Can I get a bowl of pasta, please? Do Canadians really pronounce it pasta? Sound. Pasta. 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 Yes, we say pasta.
Lever. Lever.
Lever. I would say lever.
Toronto. Toronto. Produce. Produce.
Produce.
Caramel. Caramel.
Well, that's like depends on where you are in the United States. People say caramel. Some people say caramel. Caramel, I've heard. It's literally random.
Lieutenant. Lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
Process. Process.
Whoa, process. Process. We're getting fancy again on me. Process. Start the process. I don't know why I find that so funny and exaggerate so much, but I would say process. So that's a pretty significant difference. If Canadians say process, that I don't know why, it sounds fancy to me.
Process. Creek. Creek.
Creek.
We said all those the same. Roof.
No, you didn't say them all the same. Even this American isn't quite catching the subtle differences. Process.
Roof. Roof.
I swear this is just like his tone of voice. Roof. Instead of just roof. Roof. Like it's just how you say it, I guess. I've heard some people, sometimes Southern Americans say roof. Roof. I've heard that.
Drama. Drama.
Drama.
About.
Now, he really undersold that one. This is a classic, just like sorry. Is the about, or about, and as Americans would say, about. He said about. He said it like an American.
Drama. About.
I didn't hear any difference there, honestly. Maybe it's just so subtle.
A.
A. Oh, yes. Even more classic. The A. Okay, that was fun. Next is a Canadian geese. What's going on here? Oh! Ooh, oh! See, in America we have geese, and we're not afraid of them. If I came this close to a goose here, it would walk away from me. It would run away. It would flap its wings and run away. But here, it's amazing. The Canada geese stand their ground, and they don't run away. I've never really seen something like this in real life. Oh, and they get aggressive. I think I've said this before. Canada's negative energy flows into the geese. That's where it all goes. They take a posture and they hiss. They actually hiss. I didn't know a goose could hiss. Oh my! What are you doing? Hey, what are you reaching out for? Is this guy crazy? Now he's just antagonizing the goose. He is antagonizing them. He deserves to get a little nip on the finger for that. Whoa! Ah! Wow. An American goose would run away. Like, would definitely have ran for it by now. Oh my god, they're quite different animals. They look so similar. That's the funny thing, they look so similar. It's funny for me to watch because I just don't expect that behavior out of a goose. Canadian geese are a different breed, literally. And finally, we have Canadian weather be like. Oh, okay, what's it be like?
Holy Timbit, I haven't seen the sun for weeks.
No, my god, he did not. Oh, he did not. Just normal Canadian speech. Holy Timbit! Oh my god.
Holy Timbit, I haven't seen the sun for weeks.
This is how Americans view Canadians.
What a beautiful day. It's 0 degrees outside. I might as well be on vacation in the Bahamas. I'm not wasting this. I'm going for a walk.
A few moments later.
Oh, yeah.
The fuck?
Oh, man. He tried. He tried to take advantage of the warm 0-degree Canadian day, but you just can't. Man, that's a nice coat. Very poofy. I guess you need something like that to survive the Canadian cold, but there you go. And with that, I really enjoy these popular Canadian TikToks. They always are. They're very funny, and they also show like these random insights into Canadian culture and Canadian life that I swear I can't find anywhere else, and they're just hilarious and so enjoyable. So anyway, if you enjoyed these as well, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment, perhaps on your thoughts on any of these TikToks, or if I misunderstood something, an insight, or anything like that. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and Canadian culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.